Hello guys and welcome to United's Glory. Manchester United go crashing out the FA Cup in an extremely disappointing performance against Leicester City in the quarter-finals. We haven't even reached the semi-finals this year, so everybody complaining that Ole can't get past the semi-final. Well, we only made the quarter-final this year. I'm struggling to defend Ole Gunnar Solskjaer anymore. I'm really struggling to defend him because apart from the abject displays on the pitch, what we're watching is awful. It's garbage. It's hot garbage. But what Ole has going for him is somehow they're pulling results out. Look, nobody expects us to be top of the league this early into Ole's reign. I'm saying early. It's not early anymore, but still, we wouldn't have been expecting him to surpass Pep or even Klopp. I know we're above Liverpool this year, but, you know, the FA Cup was there for the taking. What does this clown do? He plays a weakened team in a quarter-final. For some reason, he plays a stronger team against AC Milan at the San Siro in the Europa League. A competition that doesn't mean as much as the FA Cup. Why? We're about to have an international break and he's resting players. This guy's a moron. I cannot defend him anymore. He has to be successful for me to defend him because the performances are awful, and if we're not going to win anything, second, I don't care about second. We could finish fourth, and it achieves the same thing as finishing second. It's nothing. I don't even think we'll win the Europa League anyway. Trust me, when it gets to the crunch time, when it gets to the big moment, Ole will either make a stupid decision or we'll bottle it. Because Ole has got us as far as he can take us. I don't know if I'm Ole out yet, but, you know, I'm probably just over that line. This just isn't good enough. That was awful. I'm not taking it away from some of the players. Some of the players today were awful. Even some of my more preferred players today were awful. But that was rubbish. I cannot believe Ole's just done that. And his coaching team, it's not just Ole that's crap. His coaching team are crap. What is all the coaching? Where's the coaching? We've literally just been playing big boot counter-attacking football the entire time Ole's been here. Where's this coaching? We are so easy to defend against. Honestly, distraught. Absolute distraught. Rubbish. Leicester were good today, but we were awful. And it's not like it's the first time we've been awful. We were awful against AC Milan in both games. AC Milan were the better team in both games. And somehow, a bit of magic, which is all we can ever rely on. We can't break teams down through good football. We have to rely on a bit of magic from an individual player. But Ole's crap, his coaching team's crap, the board are crap, some of his players are crap, just all crap. No trophy this year because we aren't winning the Europa League. Trust me, even Arsenal will beat us because we've got no nerve. When the going gets tough, we can't get going. Rubbish. Anyway, just another disappointing season. Consistently in the Champions League, that's all the Glazers want. They won't. For Ole to ever be successful, the Glazers are going to have to go above and beyond him. We know that's not going to happen, despite this new setup. Ole's just got a new contract. I mean, why has he got a new contract yet? Surely you should have to be successful first to get a new contract this season. He isn't having a successful season. He needs to get top 4 and a trophy. I would have preferred the FA Cup over the Europa League, but I don't even think we'll win the Europa League. Just a joke decision by Ole to play a weakened team today. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm just going to go straight on to the players. Look, I don't have many good things to say about the players. I'm not just blaming it all on Ole because the players could have done better today. Henderson, I don't think he could have done anything about any of the goals, to be particularly honest. I don't think Henderson did that much wrong today. So I'm just going to give him a 6 out of 10. Alex Telles, I feel sorry for the guy because he was actually one of our better players today and he got took off in a really weird decision by Ole to bring on 4 players at the same time. For some reason, he takes on a left-back who's creative and has a great cross on him to bring on a left-back that isn't particularly going to do that much more than him when he could have brought on Ahmad way earlier. Just useless. The guy's analytical skills on the side of the pitch. What are some of these substitutions? Crap. Anyway, Telles, like I said, feel sorry for him. I thought he played okay. I'm not saying he was pulling down trees or not, but the guy's got a good cross on him. He's got good delivery on him, and he didn't need to be taken off. He's too good to be second fiddle at our team. But 6 out of 10 for Telles. On to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Don't worry, the ratings go far down after this. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the guy can't pass the ball. Press him, useless. Look, teams are doing it. Teams are doing exactly what I've been saying. If I was the opposing manager, all I'd do is compact the left-hand side of Man United defensively and shut them out as best as you can and force them to spray the ball out to the right-hand side, because Aaron Wan-Bissaka is clueless. I saw some statistics saying Aaron Wan-Bissaka is creating a lot of chances. He doesn't create clear-cut chances, and the amount of times he gets the ball and the amount of little he does with it is just rubbish. Look, we all know one-on-one, he's probably the best player in the world defensively one-on-one, not positionally or anything like that, but one-on-one, not many players will get past him. But we need more than that. And just him going forward is dire. It's dire to watch. He doesn't dare make a difficult pass either. He's afraid of giving the ball away. Just 2 out of 10 for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Harry Maguire, shit. When he heads the ball at goal, what's he doing? What is he doing? The ball just hits him on the head and goes anywhere. Look, maybe once in a while it will go in, but attacking headers, he is garbage. Defensive headers, sure, he's great in the air defensively, but attacking headers, just rubbish. I mean, why did he have that long shot at the end as well? He drove in and had a long shot when he could have just fed it into Cavani and actually let a good attacking player do something with it. This is a problem with our team. We don't feed the strikers enough. And I'm not defending Martial because he was hot garbage as well. But we do not do... We don't... Honestly, I can't. But yeah, 2 out of 10 for Harry Maguire. Lindelof... I don't think he did too much wrong today. Not that I can remember. Harry Maguire, look. Fred obviously shouldn't have done that crappy back pass for the first goal. But why was Maguire passing it to him in the first place? And we can go back to the tactics again. Why do we persist with this passing out from the back? We're not good at it. It yields no goals for us. Literally. Lindelof didn't do particularly that much wrong, I don't think. But, it was just... Lindelof just doesn't suit Maguire, and if Harry Maguire is the first choice centre back, then we need to be getting buy-in. Just once again, why ain't Bailly playing? Ollie's rubbish. 3 out of 10 for Lindelof. Matic, why is he still at this club? He's rubbish. He is rubbish. What does he offer? What does Nemanja Matic offer? What's he good at? I don't even think he's good at the things he used to be good at anymore because he's too slow. Leicester's second goal, they literally just 1-2'd it round him. He is so static, he is not difficult to manoeuvre past. Look, if you're going to play 2 pivots with Matic as one of them, the other one has to be Pogba. It has to be Pogba. Fred and Matic do not match each other at all because Fred needs a player that's got movement around him. That's why he works well with McTominay, because McTominay's got a lot of energy and he moves a lot. When Matic tried to move today, he got exposed big time. Exposed massively. 2 out of 10. Fred is usually one of my favourite players. I think he's quite consistent for us. And I know his passing isn't the best in the world. But, I wouldn't say he's absolutely terrible as well, despite what we saw today. But he was awful today. Worst play on the pitch, 1 out of 10. Sloppy, cost us the first goal. He was trying to get us back into it. You could see that he cared. But, I can't defend him for that back pass. It was just awful. It literally it was an assist for Leicester. Garbage. 1 out of 10. Van der Beek, he ain't good enough to play for Manchester United. And I know people are going to say, well, he ain't in the right system. He doesn't get enough chances. He's had chances. And every time he plays, he does nothing. He is a ghost on that pitch. He doesn't have the nerve to take on the ball and make something happen. And I don't even think he'd work at a team that does keep possession anyway. Because he doesn't look like he has the mentality to me to actually make something work. Look, people can go on about, he's not had a run of games and that he can't get into the game. Bruno, when he first came in, made things happen straight away. Well, why wasn't that the case for Bruno? And I know players are different, but Pogba came on the other day after being injured, made something happen. You've got to make things happen at big clubs. You can't play safely all the time. And that's all he does. He isn't taking any risks, and that's why he doesn't get the ball away, because he doesn't take risks. I mean, we could have been playing without him today, and trust me, we wouldn't have noticed. We wouldn't have noticed. We could have been 10 men, and that's how bad he was. That's how bad he was. He ain't good enough to play for Manchester United. Not that we're a good team, so that's not saying much. Trust me, we're that bad, but trust me, if we get Ajax in the Europa League, we will thrash them. Because that league is just so far down the pecking order in terms of competitiveness. I don't think Van der Beek deserves any more chances. I'd rather see Ahmad get more chances. I mean, if we got Pogba and Bruno, we are actually stacked in that area. And Van der Beek just doesn't do enough. I'm seeing people complain about Van der Beek coming off. He was crap. Okay, he let the ball run through for Greenwood, but any player could have done that. That wasn't just a Van der Beek thing. Any player could have done that. The person that made that first goal was Pogba. It was Pogba's movement that made it in the cross because it was something different. But Van der Beek, 2 out of 10, rubbish. Paul Pogba, he made that first goal. I thought Pogba played okay. He was one of our better players today. The shimmy with the shoulder to beat him and to make that first goal, that was world class. He may have got a bit lucky with the cross, so it ended up falling to Van der Beek and Greenwood. But, he obviously wasn't fit enough to play the whole game. But I'd have just left him on anyway. Because we were well out of it and he was one of our better players. I mean, I would have moved him into the midfield in the first half once Fred was struggling. When Fred was struggling, I would have took him off. Look, everyone has a bad game now and again, so that was Fred's game. He had to be taken off. I'd have put Pogba at the pivot of that midfield because he's one of the only players that can play with Matic. But yeah, it was just a poor performance all round, but Pogba was one of the better players. I know he's trying to make this left wing thing work for Pogba, and that he's not going to work in the long term. He can play there the odd game and have a really good game, but that's not his position. He also doesn't offer us enough width when he does play there. But, that's not Pogba's fault. I can understand why Pogba wants to leave. When we're playing like this and you've got a few years left of your contract, your career, why would you stay? Why would you stay? He obviously cares. He stayed a lot beyond the amount of time, we could justify him staying. And, we're still not going anywhere. I don't see Solskjaer's tactics ever threatening Pep because Ole's tactics can't be consistent over a whole season. We can beat a team in a single game, but almost any team can beat a team in a single game if they play well enough. And we're one of those teams that can do it. But, consistently winning game in, game out, when things get tough, our tactics are rubbish. And I can see, unless we get a midfielder that can play at the base of that midfield on his own and allow Pogba to push up and play closer to Bruno, we just aren't doing it. We aren't doing it. But Pogba, 7 out of 10 for me today. He was our man of the match. Martial, concerning. I think this guy's peaked. I was all for Martial. I was, can't remember what we call it now, but like Team Martial for ages. But the he's lost his spark. His spark's gone. He used to be able to beat players for fun. I don't see him beat anybody now. Like, he's lost that burst of pace. I don't know if it's because he's packed on muscle. I don't know what the problem is to become a striker. But he isn't a striker because he isn't aggressive enough at attacking spaces to be a striker. His runs aren't good enough off the ball. Well, look, he can make an okay first run, but his second run and his third run and his activity just isn't good enough to be a striker. I'm really concerned because I do like Martial. He is my kind of player, but his kind of play is a winger. His kind of play, not a winger, but a wide forward. And as far as I'm concerned, the place he would need to play is where Rashford plays. And I know Rashford's inconsistent as hell, but Rashford makes things happen in big moments, and Martial doesn't. Martial's probably more, an on-form Martial's probably more skillful than an on-form Rashford. But games aren't about just having the most skillful players. You've got to have players that make things happen. And Martial just isn't doing it. I'm not saying get rid of him, but look. If Haaland's there for the taking, if Harry Kane's there for the taking, I know this is stupidly ambitious, but if they're there for the taking and we can pull some money in to get them by selling Martial, look, he has to either play on the left and compete with Rashford, because for me as a striker, he ain't good enough. He can play striker for the odd game, but he hasn't taken the steps. He hasn't evolved from last year when I thought he needed to. I defended him last year. I thought he'd made a few steps getting better. But I'm seriously worried he's peaked. And I know he's young, but the things he needs to improve at are just natural abilities like aggressiveness in attacking the ball, attacking spaces, making runs into the right spaces, and he just never seems to do it. So 2 out of 10 for Martial. I actually thought he got better when he went out onto the wing, but that's where he plays. He either competes with Rashford or I just don't think. Look, I want him to do well. I just don't think he is doing well. Mason Greenwood, I thought he was struggling up until he scored his goal. I thought he struggled even after he scored his goal, but his goal was taken very well. This is a guy that can make things happen. He's becoming very predictable in what he does. Obviously, he isn't a right winger, but, you know, he has to play there for now. And even when he plays as a striker, you know, you can see he hasn't got the full set of abilities to play there yet. But, you know, he scored a good goal today. He got us back in the match. We didn't deserve to get back in the match at that point. That goal came well against the run of play. At no point in the game could we have scored and said it was a well-deserved goal because we were up against it the entire time. We might have had a 5-10 minute spell when we made the 4 substitutions, but, you know, just not good enough. So, yeah, a 6 out of 10 for Greenwood for scoring a goal. I don't even want to, rate the substitutions because, you know, they came on, they tried the best, but, you know, the last team you want to be trying to force a goal against is Leicester, because just like when teams play us and they're trying to force the issue against us, we're good on the counter-attack. It's all we're good at. Leicester are brilliant on the counter-attack, and they clearly are better than us at pressing as well. Leicester pressed how I want us to press. We never press like that. I don't understand why he brought Shaw on. I don't think Tellers was playing badly enough to justify that decision. Bruno had to come on, should have come on earlier. Even Alan Shearer recognised at half-time we needed to bring Bruno on because Van der Beek was a ghost. He was an absolute ghost. But what does Ollie do? Wait until about 65 minutes when we're 2-1 down. Ollie's just clueless. In terms of being a reactive manager on the touchline, I don't get him at all. He leaves things too long. He's obviously thinking back to his own career when he came on with 10 minutes to go and he would score. But as a player, he was a good player, and we had a good team that had a good system that attacked and forced issues throughout the entire game. This is not what we are now. We're a reactive team. We're not a proactive team. McTominay came on. He got a booking. Some people might blame him for that third goal. I don't know, but I just think it was a bit too high for him. But you know, he at least cares. He was at least trying to make things happen. He was driving into the box. It's just McTominay, really. And Cavani came on, and you could see he was holding the ball up better than Martial did in literally 10 minutes of him coming on, than Martial did for the whole game. That's what a striker does. That's his job. Martial's best abilities will not shine as a striker. They will not shine as a striker. You don't need those abilities to be a striker. Cavani's natural abilities are made to be a striker. Even at 34, you can see it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm just going to be honest. It sounds like I'm being harsh because the players have to do it on the pitch and the players got a lot wrong today. They were making a lot of mistakes. But as far as I'm concerned, quarterfinals, you go for it. You go for it. And he didn't. He didn't play his first team. Look, like I said, Tellers, I feel sorry for him, but you're going to put your first team out. Shaw's on form. You play him. You're going into an international break. He's about to have a week so's rest if he isn't going to England. Matic shouldn't be playing. If McFred are your midfield, play them. Bruno has to play. He's our best player. Cavani's back fit. Play him. Put Martial out on the left. And, you know, just play your best team. If you get knocked out playing your best team, you can say, look, we were just not the best team today. But it's painful that we've gone into another season, going for another trophy, and Ollie's put out a weaker team. It's frustrating. 1 out of 10 for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Anyway, that's all. Just rubbish. Fed up of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He makes bad decisions after bad decisions, and the football ain't good enough. Like, as far as I'm concerned, as long as results are going okay, you can get away with playing bad football. But when they don't go okay, and this is the thing, is every time a trophy is in sight for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the team falls apart. They're only good at playing when the pressure's off. I mean, or when they have to win a game. When they have to win a game to save their skin, all of a sudden they pull one out of the bag, like against Man City. But, you know, when it goes to being proactive and going for a trophy, they bottle it every single time. last year. Like last year as well. Again, I'm pretty sure Ole didn't play a first-string team against Chelsea in the semi-finals last year. I mean, you've got a trophy within sight, and it would literally appease a lot of fans. But what does Solskjaer do? He plays a weakened team. Why? But yeah, in the semi-final last year, we actually played quite well against Sevilla and we got knocked out of that. But, you know, it was just another bottler performance from the team. League Cup, bottled it against Man City in both semi-finals. Leicester, bottled it. Ole plays a weakened team. He didn't fully go for it. Just rubbish. Ole has to come second. He has to win the Europa League to actually come out saying this is an okay season. That is the only scenario I can see being progress from last year. Otherwise, it's not progress. It's staying still. Anyway, that's all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Man United out of the FA Cup. Rubbish.